Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Otakuology podcast. I'm your host, Otaku Mike. With me as always is Jen. You would
Me?
like some of that hentai graves?
Maybe? I don't know.
And we are back with another thrilling, pulse-pounding episode of King of the Hill.
Of hentai?
Of hentai. Apparently you can't get enough of it on the internet.
Right?
But we're back with season 15, episode 4, Encounters of the Nerd Kind, or Hank Encounters of the Nerd Kind is what it's called.
Yeah.
But I have a really funny story. So something happened to me over the weekend. This has nothing really to do with King of the Hill. At
Okay.
all. At all.
Do
But
you have a fan find you? I mean,
no, I wish I did. But I didn't. So I was at so every Saturday, you know me, I go to the comic book store, pick up my comics and stuff. I go there, chit chat and whatnot. Look around a little bit. You've been out there, very nice little shop,
yeah.
and I'm in there. About maybe I don't know, 30 to 40 minutes at this point. My girlfriend, Otaku Tiff, is in the car. I have the car running like a nice boyfriend, so she doesn't get overheated. The air
Did
is on.
did did you leave her some water and some snacks?
She might have had some water and some snacks. I don't know, but she had a book. She had a book to
Okay.
keep her company.
Okay. Oh my
And so
gosh.
I'm in there. Now, mind you, the car is running. My phone is connected to the car. And
Okay.
I have the nice little LED touchscreen thing on the front,
Yeah.
and messages pop up on the car while I'm in the comic book store.
Okay.
Now I have no idea this is going on. I haven't checked my phone. My phone is on silent. I did not put my phone on vibrate or anything like that. It was on silent. So I was talking to my comic book store the owner of it, and I checked my phone and I was like, it says WTF in big letters. Oh Lord, it's so big. Who is Little Cheek?
What the fuck?
So, the day before, my coworker, who is, I'm going to say his name, it's okay to say his name. His name is Kyle Cheek. Kyle asked, to have my number, the text or whatever, And I put in there jokingly, Lil Kyle Cheek
Oh
in my
god.
phone. In my phone.
Oh god.
So I get out to the car. Otaku Tiff's like, what the fuck is going on? Who is texting you? Oh Lord, it's so big. And she's like, are you sending people dick pics or something? What's going on here? Who the fuck is Little Cheek?
Okay.
Well, I didn't know this at the time, but my car only took little or Lil, Lil Cheek, and put it together. It didn't take the Kyle in in the name, so all we got was Lil Cheek. And she's like, what the fuck's going on? Who is this bitch? And I'm like, oh, that's my coworker, Kyle.
Oh my god.
All I did was send him a picture of my anime collection.
I don't know if that makes it worse or better. Oh my god, it's so big.
So having to explain that was probably the highlight of my weekend, and I couldn't stop laughing.
Little Cheek.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
did you have to explain this to Little Cheek
Not yet,
today?
because Lil Cheek didn't come in Monday because he's off on Mondays. So I don't know if I should wait for him to listen to the podcast or what.
I don't know. I don't know. This is extenuating circumstances, I feel like. Um oh my god, but I mean you can't make the shit up. I mean that's
No,
great.
no, I can't make this shit up
Who
because
fuck is little cheek?
I jokingly call him Little Kyle, even though he's taller than me. I call him Little Kyle as a joke,
Oh my
and
gosh.
yeah, that happened over the weekend. Yeah, just like how Hank Hill went to a convention and might have made some enemies or friends. I don't know. He may have made a fool of himself
Yeah,
in this episode.
this is true. This is true.
I only liked half of this episode.
I liked, I'm gonna say, one and a half part of this episode.
Okay, okay.
Um I will start by prefacing by saying the whole thing with like Hank and Bobby was very relatable, so I think I really enjoyed that stuff. But the stuff with
Min
Peggy
and
and
Peggy.
Min,
Yeah.
um, Peggy is slowly becoming a character that I just don't like.
I think that's a understatement. Most people don't like Peggy Hill.
Yeah, it especially today, like how she did the stuff with Min. It really reminded me of that little thing that you sent me the other day of why Peggy Hill is so toxic or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, she has to control everything in her life. And she basically like ruined this date with Min and like stuff that she's done to Hank before. And I was just like, good God Almighty! Like the facts are true.
We don't need any investigation. It's all true. It's all true. Don't worry.
It's
Um,
so
but
true.
I love how this episode starts out with Hank and Bobby, or the guys and Hank, looking and watching Bobby. Looking and watching. That doesn't make sense. Watching Bobby try to get this giant food truck down the alley, which is funny because they're trying to critique him and not really help him at this
Yeah,
point. And Bobby's like, "Dad, I need some help." He's like, "Coming, son." He's like, Hank doesn't hesitate to help. You
yeah.
know, yeah. The other guys are really funny because I think it was Dale was like, "No, let him do it himself. He's got to learn." And then Dale like chokes on his own beer.
Wait, Hank, come back and
Come
save
back
me.
and save me. Yeah, which the irony that Dale needs Hank is really funny.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
but we find out that Bobby has rented this food truck for Robota Chain to go to a sci-fi convention, or as one might say, the Nerd Cons.
Are
Um,
they?
what?
I said, are they?
Yes, yes, they are. I mean, name one sci-fi convention that's not a nerd convention.
Oh, and it has to be sci-fi.
Yeah.
I can't even name a sci-fi convention
But
that you know.
I love
I was gonna say Dragon Con, and then I was like, well, that's fantasy.
maybe. I mean, it's still considered fantasy, science fiction, fantasy. You know.
I don't think so. I don't think so, Hank Hill.
Oh, my bad, my bad. And Hank doesn't know what this is, and Dale has to explain it to him. That oh man, like oh this is gonna be interesting. And Bobby convinces Hank to be like, hey, yeah, come and join me for the weekend. Help me drive this truck.
Yeah. Well, and I love how Bobby said he's like, "Come help me drive and park and set up this truck."
Yeah, which is really, really funny. And Hank's like, well, I've done everything else for free, like raise you. I guess I can help you with this weekend.
Yeah, I raised you for free. I guess I can help you for free. Which
which is funny.
I fucking love that line. When he said it, I was like, oh my god. It does isn't that like what every parent feels?
I
Well,
feel like it is something that every parent feels, to be honest.
yeah,
Because everybody says being a parent is probably one of the most expensive things you're going to do in your life if you have kids, because kids are, quote, very expensive, which they are. They are. I mean, I got one right now that still lives with me. And, she doesn't pay any bills. She's not paying the rent.
this is true. This is very true.
I mean, I wish she would, but she's only 13, so I can't really ask her to
Yeah.
get a job yet. Just yet. But yeah, and I feel like this is very true, and I like it that Bobby uses it as a bonding experience for Hank and him.
Yeah.
Like it's a real nice like father son thing, which they've done from time to time over the series. But we haven't really seen it. Well, we did saw it in the beer episode a little bit, but like them bonding as Bobby is an adult.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, especially in this season, that Bobby and Hank are having more things where they get to bond more. And we do get to see, like, Hank having growth a lot. The one thing that really gets me is how it seems like at every time that Hank has growth, um, Peggy doesn't.
No, yeah.
And it really
Yeah.
throws me off.
I don't know if Peggy has grown in the last 15 seasons of King of the Hill.
I know, right? But I think we are kind of getting that thing too where Hank is getting to do more stuff, because it did seem like kind of before that Peggy was kind of like doting on protecting Bobby too much.
Yeah.
And now it seems like she kind of is letting all that go because he is an adult, and that Hank is getting to take over more than what he used to. I mean, we
Yeah.
we did have them bond some here and there before, but it seems like now that he's older, they really are bonding a lot more often.
Yeah, which I like that. I like that they are bonding and getting to know each other a little bit more. Um which leads us to them going to the con. They go to this con for I don't know what the name of the convention is called. Do you remember what it's called?
Not per se. I want to say it was called like ZenCon, but I don't think that's right.
But Bobby and Hank get there. They don't have a really prime parking spot, but they work with what they got. And in this world of King of the Hill, they have something that's very much like Star Trek and Star Wars almost combined together. I don't know what the name of it is. Do they ever say the name of the series that they like?
Well, and that's just one.
It's just one.
Yeah, that's just one of the series.
Okay.
Because there are a lot more that goes into it. I mean, the thing I could say like this the most is this is probably like Star Trek, Star Wars, Stargate. Oh shit! I feel
All
like
the
I
stars.
feel like we're only setting on the stars.
Andromeda.
Yeah, Doctor
Uh,
Who,
Doctor
Firefly.
Who.
I mean,
Um,
it was almost like in the convention space that there was so much things that they were just adding
Stargate
together.
Atlantis.
Yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, they're there, and Bobby gets dressed up. He's cosplaying as some chef from this movie, and he's like, "Dad, I'm gonna need you to like go put on this shirt and give out flyers." And Hank's like, "I am not wearing this graphic T-shirt.
yeah,
No, no." He's like, "Okay, well, at least pass out flyers." And I love this. I love this scene where Hank's like, "If I come back with the laser sword, I'm okay if your mother divorces me." I
yes.
was like, that's a little extreme.
I mean, it's Hank Hill though.
It is. It is. It's Mr. non butter on his toast, Hank Hill. I don't
Yeah,
know. He's as white as white bread comes. I don't know.
maybe.
Uh, but yeah, Hank goes out and tries to deliver all these flyers to people. He is very unsuccessful at this point,
Yeah.
and he ends up getting his badge stolen that he got from Bobby, which I don't know if they ever explain why the guy stole the badge.
Kind of, sorta. Because right when he first walked up to the guy, he said, "Oh, somebody that looks normal, not like the rest of these." Like, and he didn't really say freaks or anything, but that's kind of what he was insinuating. That this guy that looked kind of like he was dressed up as like a police officer, um, was different than the rest of these other people that were dressed up as aliens and whatnot. Um, which was a thing, and and then he basically lied to him about, well, oh, you need a different kind of badge to get into these things, hold on, I'll fix it for you. Like, he was almost like acting like he was a staff member of the con.
It was a diamond badge.
Yeah. So he ended up taking the con badge and walking away and going inside, where Hank didn't know how to communicate to get inside.
No, he didn't know how to communicate, and he's not able to get in. And he loses a $300 badge,
Yeah, he does.
which infuriates Bobby to no end. We end up finding out that Dale's there as well.
Yeah, we do, which was weird as shit.
It was probably the weirdest I've ever seen Dale be. And Dale's
Yeah,
pretty weird. Dale,
especially when but then, like, as he started talking, it like revealed a lot of stuff.
yeah.
Because as Dale was like, "Oh, I can dress up and not have to worry about anything, and nobody really complains when I take their hair and for like DNA samples and stuff." And you're like, "The hell is going on?"
Yeah, because all the aliens are in hiding.
Yeah,
And he
and then
knows what aliens look like.
finally, like, Hank is trying to talk to the security guard guy about who took his stuff and all this other stuff like that. And we see as Dell gets pulled out, and he goes, "What do you mean? So people can probe me, but I can't probe them?"
Classic Dale.
Yeah, which I have to say, it was really crazy on this part that we went from this, we kind of jumped back to side B of the tape with the girls, and Dale was already like in that storyline too. And I was like, "How did you get back from the con so fast, Dale?"
Really? He was in that story?
Yeah, remember with the soup?
Oh, yes. Yes.
It
Which
was fast.
I'm gonna be upfront. I fucking hated this B plot. I fucking hated this B plot to no end.
I agree. I agree.
This B plot consists of, so Peggy is trying to find a special like musing or poem to put in like this book or this published magazine or something. That
Well,
this author,
joined a like a poetry writing
yeah,
group.
and it's done by this professional who like puts out her own book and like has like poetry stuff in it. Very very famous. And Peggy's like, I want to use one of my musings from my from the newspaper to put in there. And Min stops by, and I think she asked to borrow the crock pot or something
Yeah.
because Khan's been using it at Bill's house, and she doesn't have it anymore, and uh,
She lost it in the divorce.
she lost it in the divorce. Yeah, and it's just for somehow like Min joins her. Min joins her to go to this poetry thing, and they're sort of like yin and yang. One's sort of light and one's sort of dark.
Yeah,
Not their skin color, their sense of humor or something.
men's is too intense and Peggy's is too light.
Yeah, and the woman's like, "Look, we're gonna have you guys become
work
one
together.
and like make a creative project basically. So they go home to try to figure this out, and they're having kind of a hard time, you know, doing this. And I feel like Peggy is very much more into this than Min is.
Oh, most definitely.
Like Min's just like there to be there kind of thing. But she kind of just wants to one up Peggy Hill. That's all she really wants to do is one up Peggy Hill. And Peggy is just like, oh, I want to get published. Like, she is overthinking it to a T. And none of their stuff is really good. The the author thinks their stuff is really good.
Yeah, because it was more like a haiku kind of thing. I feel like because they did focus on kind of the light and dark, where Peggy would be like, "An open window is so bright," and then Min was kind of like, "And if there's too much goodness coming in, then obviously you can always like shut the blinds or something like that."
Yeah,
Was
it
like
was,
one of them.
it was really weird how they like worded it.
Yes.
But Min gets a little attention at this poetry thing, and she ends up going out on a date with this some guy, which infuriates Peggy to all ends of the earth because
I
she
don't
wants a
I don't
writing partner.
necessarily think she was upset about men doing that, but it was the fact of she lost
Her muse, I would
her
say, or
mojo
yeah, her
of
mojo.
being a bad girl.
Yeah, and which leads us to one of the weirdest things. She sees Khan with the crock pot. We find out that Dale Boomhauer and Khan and Bill are out in Bill's garage having a soup party.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we should have soup parties, Mike.
Ain't no party like a soup party.
Right?
Which is funny. It's funny because it looks like they're genuinely having a good time together.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
odd because Khan's just a piece of shit. And it just seems like they're having fun. And not Min, Peggy comes in and tells Khan, like, oh, Min's got a date, which we never see what happens on the date.
No, we just kind of hear about it.
Mm-hmm. Because Min ends
Uh
up coming back.
yeah, Min ends up coming back, storming in. She's like, that asshole Khan, really wouldn't think about that, but this guy probably never wants to talk to me again because Khan argued with me in front of him and he probably doesn't want anything to do with me because of the fight. Um, and she's like, this is the first thing that I've really wanted in years, and it obviously can't happen or whatever.
Yeah, you very much kind of feel for Min in this spot. Like, Pecky is just a fucking asshole at this point.
Yeah, yeah. And this really reminded me of the time where uh Hank had the whole libido thing or whatever, and she was like
Oh,
secretly drugging him.
yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, it's coming full circle now. I see it.
Yeah.
Like I have the eye for Peggy.
Yeah, it's just so weird. And like, Min ends up picking up on it, like, oh, how did you know Khan was at this restaurant? I didn't tell you Khan was at this restaurant or
No,
whatever.
she said I didn't tell you that Khan showed up at the
Oh,
restaurant.
yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. And this is where all like hell breaks loose between Peggy and Min. And Min just like up and leaves, leaving Peggy to like fend for herself basically for this publishing deal or whatever it was.
Yeah, yeah.
And we end up finding out that like they do get published, and I don't know if it's fortunate or not, but like Peggy gets top billing on their page, Min gets second billing. You think You think Peggy would have given men like top billing for all the shit she put her through, but no. Peggy Peggy doesn't really seem to 100% care of anything she really did.
I mean, she gave her 20. She gave her $10.
I know what half of it went to Con.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love that part. It was probably the best part in the B plot that happened, besides the soup party and having all the guys get together with Khan. Was she goes, here's half of it for you, and Peggy pulls out the tin, and Khan goes, "How that tin is mine," and you're like, so not only did she have to split it with Peggy, she also had to split it
But
again
with
with
Con.
Khan.
Yeah, which and that was probably the funny one of the funny parts of this B plot was this. Other
Yes,
than that, I could care less about what happened in this part of the episode.
I agree.
Like,
Would it have been cool to see like men get with somebody and see how that affected like part of the rest of the story?
yeah,
Sure.
but they never go that way.
Yeah,
It's all
but
focused on Peggy and the stupid poetry.
yeah. So, it was not the best, I would have to say, in terms of how it all happened.
No.
Um and I could kind of care less about Peggy being around. I hate to say it, but
Well, she's gonna be around quite a bit because she's a main character.
yeah.
Unfortunately, she's a main character. I think we're
Yeah,
gonna get. I
and
think we.
I feel like she's gotten worse since season 14 though.
I think she's gotten worse in this season.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Because we get like one more episode. I think focused on Peggy,
Yeah.
and that episode's actually not bad. But like this episode just sucked at this point.
Yeah.
Luckily enough, like it's made up for the A plot. Uh,
This is true.
but you want to go into the A plot?
Yeah. Well, and we've already covered a little bit of it. But we have where Bobby goes, "Hey, Dad, like you don't know how to speak the language. Let me go with you." And so he shuts down the food truck so that he can go in. And he goes up to the staff guy that Hank tried talking to, and he goes, "Oh, these people aren't supposed to be able to steal under jurisdiction law, something, blah 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 blah." So he goes, "I'll help you look for this guy." So they get in, and Bobby keeps kind of like giving Hank like the thumbs up, like, "Hey, I'm doing this." And Hank tries to kind of speak over Bobby in some things, like, "Oh, well, stealing is like against America's laws,"
Yeah.
and like it makes sense. I'm not going to say that, but con spaces also can have their own kind of limbo to
Well,
them.
it was more like the law of this like movie that they all watched.
Yeah, yeah,
Like the fans took it so seriously, kind of like in Fanboys, that movie that we
yeah,
covered for the podcast. Go check it out. Just saying.
yeah.
Some say it's the best Star Wars movie of all time.
Maybe.
I said that.
um,
But yeah, like they obey the law of like this film franchise or whatever. And
yes,
Hank's like ruining it left and right. And he's like, I didn't say y'all were freaks out loud enough for you to hear me. And we find out that this guy is there with his family.
yeah. Hank's like, like every little turn is there's a problem. Like Hank's like, you should be an adult and be able to show your children that you're at work and not spend so much. He's like, would you bring your family here? And he goes, well, my family is here. And he goes, and the kids, they're not in school.
Yeah, yeah. Did you know who this guy was played by?
The main guy,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you remember Cobra Kai?
Yeah,
Do you remember Stingray?
not per se.
The guy who shows up to Cobra Kai and uh is older than all the Cobra Kai students. He's the
Maybe.
one who had like all the money.
Oh, maybe.
That was who played the guy.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. He was like the big man child of the group.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
they ended up, Bobby ends up getting mad at Hank, and Hank leaves, and he actually goes home, which I guess this is over a weekend. So
yeah,
this all probably happened Friday, I'm guessing.
yeah.
And Hank starts watching like the movies that,
Well, and why the guy still didn't give him the badge back was very confusing.
yeah, I don't know why he didn't give him the badge back. And why the guy needed it to get in if his whole family was there?
It's just something that I think got him into more places faster.
Probably.
And then
Uh,
like how he said he felt like it was a thing that a regular noob didn't need because he wasn't part of the group.
which such a fucking nerd thing to do.
Yeah,
Like I get a lot of fandoms are accused of gatekeeping, regardless if you're like in a nerd fandom or like I don't know sports fandom. It's funny to see
manga, anime.
manga, anime, comic books,
Yeah,
all of this gatekeeping, and like in reality, there shouldn't be any gatekeeping whatsoever. But it's funny how like we as fans become so protective
yeah,
of like the things that we love, and like we don't want nobody else to come in and take it or be a part of it unless we have to like ask you 100 questions to to validate
yeah,
your fandom.
yeah. You're not a super fan because you didn't know blah 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 blah.
Yeah, yeah, and that's kind of like what the guy's kind of doing almost
Yeah,
in a
which
way.
which it is funny to me because like just thinking back on you and I being in the manga community and whatnot, more profound. It's funny because of the information and knowledge we had that we didn't necessarily care about that,
Yeah.
and then other people were like, "Oh, trying to gatekeep," and then when they find out like who you were in the community, they were like, "Oh, maybe I don't need to step on those toes."
Yeah, I would say yeah. You might be right.
Yeah,
You might be right. But Hank goes home and starts watching the movies and gets really, really invested in these movies or TV show. I don't know exactly what it was.
I think it's a TV show.
And Hank sees like this really cool, like crystal axe thingy that the main character in this show has. And
Yes.
we find out that like the guy is still at the con. Hank shows up with this big like briefcase, and we find out that Hank made the axe from the show.
Yeah, he did.
And the guy is like amazed, like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you got all this detail." And Hank actually corrects him at spots to say, "Oh no, that's actually the what was it
That's
it's,
that's not Kalmorian or whatever it
yeah,
was for
it's
them.
something. It's like an ancient
It's
language."
Arthurian, I think, or something like that from
Yeah,
the old language and whatnot.
yeah, and he's like, "Oh my god, this is so amazing," which kind of wins back favor from the crowds. And they're like, "Hey, you can come take pictures with this all you want over at our food truck. Everybody who tags everybody in the tags the food truck in the photos gets 10% off." And
Yeah.
it's a nice resolution to this story. Hank
Well,
is accepted.
and then I even like the part after that where like Hank's taking pictures with it and everything, and then Bobby's handing out orders, and we do get like a knock at David Tennant, which is stupid as shit.
David
But
Tennant's eyebrows? What the
David
fuck is
Tennant's
that?
eyebrows. Oh, good costume. Um, but then to also see like the whole thing where Hank was like, hey, there's a late night showing over at blah 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 when we're done. If you would like to go to it, Bobby, so
Yeah, I think it was for the prequels.
yeah,
Yeah, the prequels, which I was like, oh, that's nice. Hank got into something that Bobby likes,
yeah, yeah,
and it's not propane and propane accessories.
right.
Uh,
Which how Hank was able to make that act so fast is like, I mean,
yeah,
probably not.
Yeah, I mean, he is good at being a craftsman, so maybe he was very good at making it.
Maybe he knows the
Maybe he knows,
secrets.
like maybe he like freeze framed that one scene and got all the details off of it and just fabricated something up.
Yeah,
But yeah, this part of the episode was really, really good. Like the whole story with Hank trying to incorporate himself and getting into this community, I really did like a lot. I
yeah,
thought it was fun. I think Bobby was a little like, hey, you're outside your element in this. Let me take care of it. But I like it that Hank was able to like sort of become one of us type of thing.
yeah, yeah,
Like it was a nice and seeing these two different generations come together with Bobby and Hank is really good. Like it's as a parent, I like it when Bobby and Hank get to bond and have quality time together.
yeah, yeah.
For them,
Agreed.
not me, for them.
Not for me, for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. Especially because, like I said, we're getting other things that Hank's being able to branch out in than what we got in the first 13 seasons of the show, where it was very much focused on what Hank liked, not so much other things that Bobby liked.
Yeah, like remember the was it the gun thing that they did? Was one of them the shooting
Like hunting?
competition? Their shooting competition. They
I
did like
don't
the
know.
target. They did like target practice, and Hank couldn't do it. He had to go to like therapy.
Maybe?
It's a very
I,
funny episode.
I don't know if I recall that episode.
Oh yeah, it's funny. It's funny. You should go back and watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, solid episode for the most part. What would you have to rate it if you had like a 1 through 5?
Oh, solid 4.
I would have to
Solid
go. I would have
solid 4. I'd have to stick to a 4 though because of the B plot not being so cool.
because the B plot brought this episode's down. I
Yeah.
would have to go for a 3 out of 5.
Really?
Yes.
You don't think the A plot pulled up more?
No, I think we could have had more of an A plot and just not had the B plot altogether. The B plot was so useless.
Honestly, what would have been fun, and I know that they would have gotten some comments if they had done it this way. I think it would have been really good to have a Mel bonding episode where it was maybe Bill helping Con make the soup.
Oh, that would have been fun, yeah. Well, we do later on, I will say no spoilers, but we do get a Bill Conn story.
Yeah,
We do get a nice Bill Conn story. So there's that. I don't remember what episode that is, but we get one.
yeah.
But yeah, Jin, where can they find you at?
You guys can find me at Bard's Tavern on Instagram. You can also find me at Manga Restart on Instagram. Soon to be YouTube, probably for both of those. Hopefully within the next month. And you can find me everywhere that the Otakuologies are at.
And let us know, what did you think of this episode? Comments on our YouTube channel or on Spotify to let us know. Did you hate the B plot just as much as we did?
Yeah, and hopefully the next time we roll this dice, it'll pick something else. uh,
What did you think when I was like, "Hey, just let the dice choose"?
I was like, well, sure, why not? And then I rolled it because I was trying to recall like all the things that we had floating out there. I was like, oh, I can put White Sky on there because we have talked about covering that. And I was like, oh, I think Dork's out there. Well, I'll just put White Sky, you know.
Yeah.
And then I rolled it, and I'm watching it roll because I had to add the list on to the screen later on. Like I had made the list, and then I had rolled for it, and then I had to
Yeah.
add the list on, and I was sitting there like, oh my god, the dice does not want us to change shows yet.
I think we need to roll the dice again.
See what happens if we
Yeah.
still get.
I think we should roll the dice again to see what happens.
You want me to roll a dice now?
Okay. Yeah. You have one?
Yeah,
Okay. So what was it? Doomies was one.
yeah, I have the list too. I
Okay.
can
What
pull it
was it?
again. Hold on, I got to pull one out of this case.
Okay. Well,
Bum,
anyways,
bum,
while Jen's
bum.
doing that, you can find me at the Otaku Mike on YouTube or Instagram, where I do all my comic book content. You can also find me over when we do the live stream on 22 Comics, YouTube channel where we do Dead Man Reads or Dead Men Reads, where we also talk about Dead Man, which is a fun time. You can also find me on Dan's Comic Corner, his Gotham City Lights podcast. Um, that's always a fun time to go hang out there. Jen was on one of the episodes.
I
Not for Gotham,
was.
not for Gotham City Lights podcast, but for the Indie Spotlight, I think it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. So roll for show. Number one is Doomies.
Okay.
Number two is our Ghost in the Shell one that we're doing.
Okay.
What is that one called specifically?
The Ghost in the Shell.
The Ghost in the Shell. Okay. Number three is The Burrows. Number
Okay.
four is King of the Hill.
Uh huh.
Number five is White Sky.
Uh
And
huh.
number six is Stranger Things Tales of 85.
Okay. Okay.
All right. I pulled out one of my Marvel dice. So
Okay.
this is the
Okay.
first time they're getting rolled. Let's see what they come up with. Tales of 85.
Okay. Okay. I guess we're
We
doing
got a
it.
6. I guess we're
Okay.
doing it.
Even though we already have 2 episodes in the back burner.
Yeah.
Okay. We're doing it.
We're going to have to put out some more.
I guess so. All right.
But heck yeah. And like Mike already said, check out all our shows and stuff that we're on. They're all great places. And again, stick around with us. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, and have fun with all the shows and stuff that we cover.
Do you remember what episode of Tales of 85 we were on?
I'll have to look.
Okay, because I don't remember.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, stay tuned. And obviously, since we already talked about this, we do have a few Tales of 85. So you guys will get a different one than the one we record. Anyway, we will catch you guys later. See you next time.
Peace out.